Hello again. Well, this time we're going for the nose area. That's beautiful. Now, check it out before we start. You have a cylinder. We've just done the cylinder. And then that's like a triangular shape, which we haven't done it, but well, we all know triangular shapes. Or if you wish, that is like a nut, like the nuts that the squirrels will eat, or the acorn. Look at that shape here, like an acorn. That's flat here, and then you have that movement upwards. Okay, so let's go for it. So the cylinder first, but before you do the cylinder, you have that angle here. See, it's not exactly vertical. So the cylinder, the axis of the cylinder is slightly bended. That's vertical. Now, how do I know that's because it's vertical with this? But it's actually, if you see it, you see the center of it is bent like that. There's a slight bend. Okay, so this is it. I bend here. And let's do the width of it, which is this. That's the width of it. And then as it moves down, it stops here. Look, it stops right here at this angle. And this is this one here. See that angular shape coming right down here. Okay, and then look at that. It's slightly more upwards, so a line which will come like this. There you are. Line like this, which is, I'm now checking and doing an outline, which is very, very similar to that one. And this is the one here. And then you have, look at the angle of this line. See, if I take that line, which is, don't forget that the nose is on 3/4, so it's not facing us. Otherwise, this part of the nose and that will have to be exactly the same. So the nose is like 3/4. It's moved slightly that way towards the left. And then look at that line, which goes right there. And this is the line that I've just done there. And that moves, if it moves upwards, which it does, you come in right here to this angle now. There you are. And then you have another. So this is, if I say that that looks like an acorn, which it does, see the shape of that? It's like an acorn here. That's on the other side as well, but we only see that part of the acorn on the other side. See how well far away? I'm keeping the pencil really far away, because if I keep the pencil this way, then I'm tempted to do very, very dark lines, you see? But if I keep it further away, then the lines are very weak. See? Very soft. Okay. Now we have the main cylinder, as I said. And then we have one part of the nostril, which is the acorn, the shape of the acorn. That's the shape of the acorn. And I'm talking about this right here. And then you have the other side, which we do not actually see. And what do I see here? I see a straight line coming from this side of the nose, this straight line here, and then it moves up there. So I do have above the end of the nose, I have a line which goes horizontally both sides like this. A dark line. And I'm talking about this as well. And on this part of the dark line you have, see that shape, that square shape coming right up here. And the acorn that I have it down here. And as I'm moving up, at some point if the turn of the eyelid, the eyebrow turns this way, right, and the left one. There you are. That's the shape of it. See? Okay, so what I've done the cylinder, 2 lines parallel to each other, and I went and I've stopped down here, and then down here, that's the end of the nose. Then you have that, which is the shape of this, shape of the shadow, give it a dark shade. And now what I'm left to do is that little shadow on the right hand side here. See, there we are. Now, don't forget, you can highlight the nostril here. Look at that. You see that? That's really dark. And don't forget to highlight the nostril on the other side, up here. Okay. Now I've got all the elements I need. What is left to do is the shadow, the cast shadow of the nose onto the skin of the upper lip. All right, now leave the pencil. Okay, left the pencil there. Take the stump, and I can actually give it a go with the stump, because it gives you a softer approach. Instead of going very, very dark with the pencil, you can go a lot softer like this. There you are. And then you have this. And a little bit of shadow underneath. See, that's the one. That's the one there. And not to forget, on the side of the acorn shape, the shadow. There you go. And don't forget this tiny, tiny little shadow here. You see? So if that's the end of the acorn that we were talking about, you have a tiny shadow which creates the impression, which creates volume. That creates volume. There you are. And above that dark line, you have another soft line, which is, it's this part of the nostril. Look at that. So what I've done, I've emphasized this dark line, then a softer line. Which suggests the cast shadow that we've done on the sphere, on the previous lesson. But it's quite soft, the line. And then above the nostril, above the line of the nostril, which is this one, you have that soft. Again, it's the same amount of intensity, that shadow there. It's the same shadow. It's soft, really, really soft. There you are. And re-emphasizing this, which is the nostril here. And a little bit of, it's that shadow that's we were talking about earlier on, that middle shadow. It looks like that the nose has got a slightly bend in the middle. Make it a beautiful nose. Now, eyebrow on the left as well as on the right. And kind of a shadow here. And I can give it a little tone on the nose on this side as well. Look at that. Now, with a bit of chamois, well, I do have chamois, but maybe you don't. But to be honest, I'll demonstrate this as we all normally do with paper towel. So you can make that soft impression here that we need. There you are. And I'm tempted to go a little bit darker here. Do you see that? This is not as bright as that, because that's closest to us. That jumps apart, jumps towards us. So that's, you give it a little tone on that one. See? That makes more sense. And also you give that tone on the other side of the nostril. And let's look, see, soften those, the impact of the pencil. And look, if you wish, you could even go over the nose with that look. Do not be afraid. All over it. It's gone too dark now. But, that's where the stump comes in. Sorry, the putty rubber. Now let's highlight that right there, and it culminates, that light culminates down here. So highlight here, and you have those two dots here. Well, one actually, one dot here, very big one. See, that little dot here. But before you do that, just mold your putty like this. See, mold your putty. And go right here, right on both sides, and you soften that, and you can even soften that little dark that I've left it there. If you want it any softer or any brighter, the bridge of the nose, the bone structure, you can go softly and take some dark from here to spread them. There you are. That's the nose. Mine is a bit longer. It's okay. It's just a longer nose. I mean, not only larger, but longer in compared to this. Just a bit longer. But yes, it's fine. You have people with longer nose and shorter noses. And a tiny amount of light here. And a little bit of light here as well, just to highlight that point in the nose that makes it here. Okay. And a little bit of highlight here. And highlights here. There you are. And highlight here. And look at the highlight here. See that? That cuts the shadow and creates the impression of the cast shadow of the nose onto the skin. There you have it. And I'm tempted to go like this here with a putty. Look at that. You see, it makes it sharper. Makes a beautiful sharp nose. Bit of highlight here. And also, look, if I went with a line like this, see, bend it, it will make the nose a bit more bended. It will make the Roman, in Britain we say Roman, no? We said Roman nose. Well, I've learned it here, basically. I didn't know then that was a Roman nose, but it's a good distinction to know that, you know, if it's a little bit bended, it's a Roman nose. And a little bit of, look, highlight here. See, it's not as dark there, so I could brighten up that area here a little bit more than what I currently have it. See how you use the putty? Look, use a putty like this. That's the thing, it makes it a lot brighter. And lose those lines there. Because we don't need lines, you see, it's merged. That's better. And a little bit of hair on the eyelid. Sorry, on the eyebrow. Why I always confuse this? Creates a bit of a frown there. He's a bit of a miserable man, this one. Okay, well, if you want to call it this way. And not forget, with the stump, I'll come and create that beautiful line here. Look at that. It's right here. There, and increase that and make it a little bit more visible. It's not working properly, so I'll use a pencil now. A bit more visible on this side as well. Look at that. There you are. Sharp edges. And increase the nostril underneath. Look at that. Now, do not forget that this dark is within the dark of the shadow. So do not make that nostril or that hole here darker than, look at that. See, squint your eyes, and you will see that this dark of the nostril is not darker than the whole surface there. See, if you squint your eyes, you won't even see that dark here. That's the trick. Don't forget that. Squint your eyes and you will see that the dark is part of the darker shadow in general. So it's not darker than anything else other than the shadow itself. You want a bit more eyebrows here, a bit stronger eyebrows. Okay, why not? A bit stronger on that side. Okay, well, ready to go then. You can clean that up. Make it a little bit more. Now I won't do anything here, but I'll go to the noses, to the lips later on. But look, that's where normally the lips lie. But anyway, we'll do the lips at a later time, at a later date, probably next week. Give him a bit of a smile. Come on, man. See, when you move those lines upwards, it creates a smile on his lips. Huh? But if those lines are here, then you have that. He's not happy. Anyway, concentrate on the nose. It was just a diversion. I've done it here. You don't have to do that. We'll go to the lips. Be patient. We'll go to the lips. Don't worry. And a little bit of highlight underneath here. Voila. Okay. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, hold on. It's the 8th. Monday the 8th. Oh, Monday the 8th. That's the 8th. 8, 20, 2, 21. Okay. Okay, everyone. See you soon.